All right, hello everyone and welcome to our webinar, Go Beyond Excel, Simplify Data Management and Unleash Productivity. I'm going to give everybody just an extra second here to join as people look like they're just starting to trickle in quickly. All right, we will get started. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Casey McGuigan. I am the product owner of Slingshot, which you will actually get to see today in action. And today we're going to cover a few quick things to set the stage a little bit before getting into an interactive demo. We'll talk about why, even though Excel is still a top data source for most people, people are struggling to hit their full potential with data when they only use Excel. And then as we get into the demo, you'll see how you can connect directly to data sources or directly to Excel to create insightful visualizations, and then how you can use those visualizations to act and collaborate with your team. As always, the recording and the slides will be available after our webinar as well. So we know that Excel is one of the most popular data sources out there, and that really won't go away probably anytime soon. But when you only use Excel for your data analysis, it can become extremely tedious and time-consuming exporting data from multiple systems into your sheets so that you can gain that full view of your customer journey. Then, when all of the work is done compiling your data, manipulating it, performing calculations, and all that you need to do, there's no seamless way to turn those insights into interactive visualizations and dashboards that you can share with your team. And then you can't really create conversations and actions directly off of them, which is where data-driven work management tools really come into play and is their strong suit. So they save time automating insights and even calculations. You get to your insights faster, and you're able to drive those conversations and actions right off of dashboards within these data-driven work management tools. And that was super quick, but we don't really, instead of talking so much about it, let's kind of just see it in action to bring that all together. And to kind of set the stage and the landscape here really quick, Slingshot that I'm going to show you integrates data insights, collaboration, and project management into one intuitive app, which then empowers teams to achieve goals faster, save time and resources, and just in general be more productive. So I'm going to switch my screen really quick. And everybody should be seeing Slingshot. And then for the purpose of this webinar and demo, I'm going to focus mostly on our data analytics piece, but you'll see glimpses of our collaboration and our task management kind of come in here. But after this, I'll pull up my email as well. For anybody that wants to see more and get like a little personalized demo, you can always email me after the webinar also. So when you actually first come into Slingshot, you would land up here at your My Overview, and you can kind of start to see, as I mentioned, glimpses of how we have tasks and conversations and content and analytics up here on My Overview. But if we pop down to the My Analytics piece here, here's where a lot of our data analysis starts to really come into play. So for anybody that comes in, we do have a number of different samples in here that you can kind of open and just see what is possible with these different dashboards. And these are actually all built off of an Excel file. For example, this one here also has some different filtering where if you wanted to see just certain campaign data, you can kind of slice and dice your data that way as well. And there's a few other examples within here that you can kind of take a look at. But if we want to create our own, we'll come here to the Create Dashboard. And here are all of the available data sources that I personally work with. So we have some databases. I connect directly to Google Ads, Google Search Console, now GA4, HubSpot, Salesforce, and we have social connectors for LinkedIn and Facebook and big data. So if you wanted to add any additional data source here that you want to use for your dashboards, there is the Add Data Source button, and you can connect to any of these data sources directly. So when we kind of talk about this in terms of Excel, if I wanted to get a full view of my spend from Google Ads into how that's translating to GA4 website metrics, into how that's resulting in leads in Salesforce, if I'm only using Excel, I have to export all of that different data over and over again into an Excel file. Whereas with a tool like Slingshot, I'm connecting right to GA or to Google Ads, right to GA4, and right to Salesforce. I'm retrieving my data, and now I'm looking at it all in one dashboard. So I get that full customer journey that we were kind of talking about. I can actually, let's use GA4. I should have a staging site on here for us to check out. So I'm going to use this sample website here. I'm just going to select. So I've already logged in. If you hadn't logged in to your GA4 instance, it would just simply prompt you to log in, and then it would pop you back into Slingshot. And I'm going to add this data source, and I'll save it to my own personal data sources. And just like that, I'm now connected right into GA4. And I have all of my dimensions up here to use. I have all of my measures down here, and all of which, if you're familiar with GA4, should look very familiar. So if we wanted to create a visual and look at over time our just sessions to our page, I'll come here to sessions, and I have a date range here by default, but for this, as the creator, I want everybody to see the last 365 days. I'll click OK, and then I'm going to give this chart a title, sessions, and then I can give it a description, like this is showing the last 365 days of data. And I'll hit the check. And just like that, I now have this visual that will constantly stay up to date with my session data. So I don't have to worry about exporting out of GA4 into Excel to look at that now next to my other data. So if I wanted to, I can now add, as we mentioned, additional data sources into here. So if I wanted to come up here and add something from Google Ads to see my spend, or from Salesforce to see my leads, I can do that right here. You can, however, for anybody that doesn't want to get out of Excel, or there's certain reasons why everything is in Excel, you can connect directly to Excel. So we do have onboarding and sample data in here for people to kind of use as they come in as a new user to play with. So if I go into, let's just do this onboarding data, and I want to use, let's just do the marketing. I'll select this. And this is now what my Excel file looks like in the visualization editor. Essentially, all of my columns in Excel turn into fields that I can use in Slingshot. So if over, let's say that same date period, I wanted to see, let's do something, our spend, and then let's actually do a combo chart, and we'll pull in conversions. And now in here, I'm looking at spend and conversions, and I can add again more description in here. I'm going to add a filter for that same date range right in here. I will filter it by the last 365 days, and just like that, I now have two different data sources right next to each other in the same dashboard. And I can continue to add these different visualizations if I wanted to see. Maybe we add in here a donut chart, and we'll look at sessions by device. I can do device category. I can come up here, change this title. And then if I wanted to even add something else from this Excel file, let's just look at a line chart with, I think I saw in here, organic leads. We can use this. And we'll change this to organic leads. Hit the check. And then as I continue to add these, they're getting added at the same size, but I can always rearrange these visuals and kind of like put them in their own sizes and location that I want to. I can mess with some things like our themes if I wanted to look at a different theme. And then I can even then change the colors of these in the settings of each of these different chart types. There's different settings for each. So I can even add things like trend lines directly to these visuals just with a single click, actually. And I can change my zoom levels, and I can mess with my axes and really all the stuff that you can also do within Excel too. So now I have my dashboard, right? I've built this out. You can see that it really didn't take too long. So if I do, I don't know, we'll just call this customer journey for the sake of it right now. And I always do that. Okay. And I will hit this check up here to save it. So I can now save this directly to my personal analytics here, which is where I would in Slingshot create anything that is for myself or something that I just don't want to put yet in a shared location. You can share with people in groups of people out of your My Analytics. But for this, I really like this dashboard, and I want marketing to have access to it and to be able to use it. So I'm actually going to save it within my marketing workspace down here. So now, when I'm in my marketing workspace, and you can kind of start to see where some of the other functionality of Slingshot is in here, where you have projects and tasks and discussions and pins and all of the things that you need in order to really run a productive team and run your team processes and projects all from one place. And you can see that this dashboard is now in here. It's in here with my other dashboards that I've shared and placed for the marketing team to be able to use. And now I can utilize this dashboard. So while I am looking at the insights that I'm gaining here, for example, I'm seeing that in February 23, there was this kind of sharp decline in organic leads. And now maybe myself as a manager, I might want to know why. So I'm going to come up here to my overflow menu, and here's where you have a lot of your interactive actions that you can take off of your dashboards. So I want to start a discussion, actually. So I'm going to start a discussion, and I'm going to put it into this insights list that I have, and I see there's already a discussion on decline in leads. So I'm just going to use this existing discussion. And you can see that I've used it before. But what it just did is I'm now in a discussion tab. It brought a direct link right to this dashboard. I can come in and actually annotate this, so I can add different like images and stuff so that my team knows exactly what it is that I'm referring to on here. So I want to add an annotation for this right here. I could add things like text and whatever else that I wanted to. I can, change the colors and stuff of my shapes and whatever I want, and then I'll hit the check. And then I can continue to add other ones if I needed to, but for this I'm just going to click done. And now you can see that gets added right here. And now I can talk to the whole marketing team and send them a notification on this, or I can call out like specific people within my team. Why is there a decline in leads February 2023 for organic? And now Adele and Grady just got direct notifications that this has been posted. They can come here, they can open this annotated image, they can open this dashboard, and just in a matter of a few clicks, I drove from visualizing actual real-time insights into creating a conversation with my team. And those are the kinds of things within our slides that we mentioned you can't fully capture when you're only using Excel as your main source of data analysis. And then in addition from just doing your conversations in here, let's say that Adele and Grady, we've come to the conclusion that we need to change our page titles back because maybe we changed them and then that affected our organic traffic or something. Now, right from this message, I can actually go and create a task. So this is an SEO focused task, so I can actually go right into this project. For the website, I can click next, and I can do change page title back as my task title. I can assign this to Adele and Grady specifically. I can give this both a start date and a due date. I can give it a priority and let them know whether it's high, medium, or low. And then I click create. And again, just like that, your flow of going from visualizing your insights into collaborating around them or then taking action on them is very seamless within a data-driven work management tool. And then as well from your dashboards, if I just reopen this super quickly, you can also, discussions aren't the only things that you can create off of your dashboards. So I can come right here and off of this dashboard, I can create a task as well. So if I need somebody to do something for GA4, since that's what I'm looking at, I can create a task for somebody. It connects the dashboard or attaches it right to my task card. I can annotate more and I can assign out this action that needs to happen from my insights in here. And those are really the real powerful workflows that we have within Slingshot when it comes to your analytics. So not only are you creating dashboards that are showing and connecting to all of your real-time, real-life data, or still into Excel, but you're creating these dashboards that have insightful insights and visualizations in a matter of seconds, and then you're utilizing them with your team to drive those conversations and actions. And that is really the chunk of what I wanted to show everybody today. Let me see if I can just pull up my slide deck really quickly here. And of course, if you wanted to just pop into Slingshot and try for yourself, you can try today at slingshotapp.io. We actually had a release today. So we have launched things like project and workspace templates and dashboard templates. So with dashboard templates, you can pick from, I think we have about 40 in there right now, where you can pick a template, connect to your data, and it'll automatically spit out a ready-to-use dashboard for you with your own data. It's super powerful. It gives you a really good starting point for all of your analytics, especially if you're not super familiar or comfortable with using data like that. And here's my email for anybody that does want a deeper dive demo. I can demo those dashboard templates to you, or whatever it is that you're looking to learn more about. Email me at kcm@slingshotapp.io. And that is all I really have for you guys today. So thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you on the next webinar.